do nothing, lay down and die, and they did.
Right. Now,
good.
Did you see this story where they were talking about the financial impact that Kentucky losing Saturday night? Like the financial impact, like the fallout, like the amount of money that the merchandisers would have been able to make off of merchandise that they gone on to the championship and won. Did you see that?
You know I plant my flag on that, on all this NCAA money. Of course I did. Darren Ravel
of
ESPN.
No, not the NCAA. No.
Yeah, everybody.
It's not the NCAA. It's just like the business owners.
Yeah, everybody. The T-shirt people who had to put the stuff on 50% off and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
all those people are in my crosshairs. Everyone who makes money off these kids and they make none. This is why, going back to my man Andrew Harrison's N-word thing. You know what you want to do? You want people to act like professionals and be responsible with their words and everything. Yeah, treat them like professionals and pay them like them. But otherwise, he's just some dumb kid who just lost a big game. He can say what he wants to if you ask me. I don't care what nobody says. Screw you. All y'all. He was mad and he called a white boy an N-word. I would have done the same thing. Like, I do it when I'm happy.
Yeah.
So, of course I'll do it when I'm mad. The N-word is not something that's culturally exclusive to me. Everyone can get it. Everyone. No matter what corner of this earth you're from. At some point, if you get to know me, I would have called you an N-word. Yeah, it's par for the course. So, for you to continue to call it a racial slur, not to me. Just part of doing business with Big Mike. You're going to be an N-word at some point. So there's that. All right. We got some NBA stuff we got to talk about. We got about 13 minutes left, so we can buzz through these real quick. You've probably been waiting on this, Rob, so go right ahead. The Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame inductees were announced today. And you know who headed them up, Rob?
Who wants Sex Mutombo?
Dikembe Mutombo, an 8-time All-Star with the bunch of teams, with the Hawks and with the Nuggets and the Rockets and whoever else he played for.
The 76ers.
76ers as well.
They went to the championship, boy.
With Allen Iverson and Eric Snow.
Yeah.
They're the worst team to ever play in the finals by far. They ain't even close. Worst team ever to make it to a finals. Jesus Christ. Other notable names, the aforementioned Coach Cal, John Calipari. He'll be inducted. Dick Bavetta, the referee. Spencer Haywood, now it's starting to go down in popularity. JoJo White. And
you better say this, Lisa Leslie. You better say this.
For good measure, a girl. Throw some estrogen up in here. Lisa Leslie is now a Naismith Hall of Famer. So there's that.
Not any big names going in. I mean, Calipari and Mutombo. Like, you know.
I wish you could look at this picture I'm looking at of Dikembe Mutombo. That's all I could hear him saying. He got that one finger in the
air. Who wants Sex Mutombo?
That's it. Who wants to? Not me, bruh. Not me. No freaking way. Avery Johnson. Yeah, the answer to that question is no. Keep it moving. Avery Johnson. This is weird to me. When this came across yesterday, it's gonna be the coach of the University of Alabama. And it's just one of those things, like, Avery, man, he's an NBA lifer almost, man. To now do that, it's like he got to do some work, like recruiting and all that kind of stuff. You got to know about eligibility and compliance and all that kind of stuff. Good for him. You know, I heard the.
But I think when I saw it, I actually thought this might just be his new career. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, I'm like, I could see Avery Johnson, like, possibly just, riding it out as a collegiate coach.
Really? It just seems so different. You know, it's such a different world.
I know it's different.
And dealing with, like, grown men who are accountable for themselves, and now you got to make sure, your point guard went to study hall today, and,
right.
So-and-so got treatment on a knee injury from yesterday. It's just weird.
But he just comes across as one of those guys that possess those type of qualities that actually care about the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is about him. It might just be that good old country boy.
Yeah,
the way
that Louisiana drawl. Me and the Admiral.
but it's just one of those. I think it might be a good fit for him. I mean, because he's had success, on the professional level, but it just has not worked out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's gone to NBA Finals with the Mavericks. He's been the coach of the year. I mean, he has an NBA championship as a player.
Yeah, that's what makes it so weird to me, dude. I think that's where the weirdness comes in. It's like, I don't know if Avery just got tired of waiting. You know what I mean? For that next opportunity, no one was calling. He was like, "Oh,
because it might not come.
I go coach
because
these damn kids."
Not
It's like one of those I just give up. I'm gonna go coach these kids type thing instead of I don't know. Good for him though. And anytime somebody can get $4 million out of somebody to go coach a game they love, I'm all for it, man. So big up to Avery Johnson. On the injury front, right here on the home front, Paul Millsap, he's gonna miss at least 2 games with a shoulder injury he experienced. What was it, yesterday? Saturday, got a shoulder bruise. So hopefully, Paul will get that thing healed up. Atlanta Hawks, will be at 100%. My man, Matt, at only one Mr. Green, is that what it is? Give him a follow. Yep. He's a pretty good follow on Twitter, man. He was like, "This why, man, a team need to have it. Once they got locked up, they need to start resting." I was like, "Nah, this ain't that team though. This team can't do that. This Atlanta Hawks team, because of how they play, both offensively and defensively, it's so much is predicated on their chemistry and their flow and depending on one another. You saw what happened when Kyle went out for those couple of games. It's like it kind of just threw everything off. Like they need everybody in, working at their full capacity to make the system, quote unquote, work the way it should work. Now, if you got a guy like Paul that's gonna miss a couple weeks, or you start sitting dudes down for elongated periods of time, then you got to get those dudes back in the fold and then recreate that chemistry over again. And it's just too much to go through. Play ball, because injuries are going to happen. Play ball and let the chips fall where they may. But I understand what the trepidation is as far as Atlanta Hawks fans are concerned. You don't want this team to get in the playoffs and lay an egg, and you definitely don't want it to happen on the back of an injury to a key player. I understand. But, and there is a but, it's sports, and it's basketball, and things happen. And if those things were to happen, again, just be a smarter fan and understand. Don't make an excuse about it, because you still got to go out. Your team still got to go out there and perform. But understand, you have the foundation laid for something that can stand for quite some time. You got to find a way to pay Al coming up here, and find a way to probably and pay Paul as well. Those things have got to happen. Or you draft Frank Kaminsky and replace Paul with Frank the Tank. Or you do that, whatever. I don't know. I'm just, plucking boogers at the wall and hopefully one to stick. I don't know. Speaking of injuries and dudes named Paul George came back yesterday off that gruesome broken leg, man.
Did.
And good for him too, because it's one of those things where no matter what happens, as far as their playoff positioning goes, he's a guy who can now use the rest of this season to take some confidence into the off season. He actually played NBA games with the injury, and he can, part of coming back off the injury obviously is the mental part of it, coming back with your confidence. So if he was able to put 13 points in, a couple steals, a couple assists, a couple rebounds, something in each statistical category, to where now, moving forward with this team, maybe they can get. I mean, people don't remember. You might not remember. This was the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference last year, or what? Number 2? Yeah, number 2 to Miami.
Number 2, yeah.
Yeah. So there's that, and now they're out of the. I don't know. Do you have your thing up, Rob? Your situation with your, what's it called? What am I thinking about? The playoff stuff. You have it up? I don't know where they are now because I told you guys.
I got it right here.
Yeah, once we get.
I got it right here.
So where are they at? Where are the Pacers at now?
Out of it.
What, 9?
No, they 10. Let me see. No, actually they're 9. Yeah, they're right
9?
behind.
Yeah.
They're right behind. They're a game behind the Celtics, so they could actually, creep in there.
Yeah. So we're about 9-10 games to go. Yeah.
And right now, the Brooklyn Nets are actually in 7, so they improved in a matter of 2 games. So right now, Miami is you got Indiana at 9, Miami at 10, the Hornets at 11, and then the Pistons.
Yeah.
So
Point that I was making was that if, regardless of what happens with the Pacers, I think they're in a good situation with arguably their best player. And then two, silver lining, George Hill has turned out to be a baller this year. Who would have thought? Like George Hill has become an NBA, a real point guard that can make things happen now. So they got some stuff moving into next season up there in Indiana. If Paul George can come back and be himself from this particular injury. We got a couple minutes left here. Let's see, what else do I have NBA-wise? We just talked about the playoff picture. That's rounding into shape right now. So we got 9-10 days left in the season. I'm excited. I said this for like the last couple of podcasts. I'm excited about these playoffs on both sides, the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. I'm not really one of these dudes like, oh my God, I can't believe, because there's matchups to be seen in every game. We talked about earlier the Masters or the Masters going down in Augusta this week, starting on Thursday, right? Thursday, and then Friday, then you have to make the cut the weekend, hopefully.
Right.
Hopefully, like all the golfers are like, please, Tiger, just make the cut so people can watch us too. Because that's been the case. Like the last couple, Tiger's been like out of there on Friday, back at the crib, doing whatever else and whoever else. I know he got the girlfriend, right? Lindsey Vonn. Yeah, she's something. Skier. Yeah. Skier. And then also too, I hate saying that. Also, in case you've been living under a rock somewhere, on May 2nd, there's this little fight going on between a Filipino guy and an African American gentleman. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but it's happening. Here's the thing, Rob. We got like 3 minutes left. There's a lot of chatter coming out of that Pacquiao camp, dude. And it's kind of uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because it's like the dude that's always telling you what's going to happen in the fight. That's the dude that you're usually more nervous about. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, the one thing about it is it's not Pacquiao talking.
But his people, his people keep saying things.
Yeah.
That
really,
makes me
really
nervous.
It's Freddie Roach. Really, it's Freddie Roach. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. It's Freddie Roach, and I get it. Because if you go back and you look at the whole time that these fight negotiations have been going on the past few years, there have been some things that Manny Pacquiao has said and done via Instagram, via Twitter, personally attacking Freddie Roach and his disability. You know what I'm saying? So Freddie Roach is really, he's always taking this thing with Floyd kind of personal. More than Manny.
But
you know what I'm saying?
It's not that type of stuff I'm talking about. I'm all about the immaturity. But I'm talking about the stuff like, yeah, Manny's a beast in these streets. Yeah, boy, Manny's in shape. This, that, and the other. Like, you telling me everything about how good he's going to be. Like, you ain't got to tell me that. The fight going to happen. We going to see. Like, if you just plain talking junk, I'm all for it. Like, we going to kick his ass. Done. Give me more.
Yeah. And the fight is going to happen.
Right.
It's going to cost $89.95 in standard definition, $99.95 in HD.
Yeah, they might as well just cancel that whole standard definition thing. Like who's buying the fight? If you're buying the fight in standard definition, I need you to meet me at South Dakota Mall so I can kick you in your balls. Whatever, dude.
I got HDMI, Charlie.
Don't matter. You got to have HD. If you buying this fight in standard definition, meet me somewhere in public so I can just kick you straight in your balls, even if you're a woman.
It's something I was going to say last week. Muhammad Ali picked Pacquiao. I'm like, really? Did he really?
Stop asking Muhammad Ali questions. Stop. Please. Stop. Like, I've been saying since 96. Like, why does Muhammad Ali have that flame in his hand? Why is this happening? You dig what I'm saying?
Like, he gonna mess around and burn down Atlanta.
The whole city. That's, God, I can't believe I just went there with you. Because it's funny. You can't sacrifice humor for making sense. You can't. If it's funny, it's funny. That's the rule. That's my personal rule. Like, if it's funny, it's fun. I don't care if you're offended. It's funny. Whatever. Keep it moving. Anyway, once again, this is Sports Kings Podcast. It's Monday, man. We're going to get better tomorrow. Promise you. Being brought to you via Spreaker.com. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the same, at Sports Kings Live. And the email, sportskingslive@gmail.com for anyone who wants to sponsor the show or anyone who has anything to say about me or Rob or to us. Do that. And tomorrow, we'll talk about the champion, the NCAA champion. See you guys.